What's going on, y'all? Duncan Foster here, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Florida Network Realty out of Jacksonville, Florida. Wanted to come to y'all today. Wanted to start a YouTube channel. Had no idea really what to do, so you guys hopefully are going to be along for the ride. Hopefully you're going to laugh, make fun of me, learn something along the way about real estate. Who knows? Who knows what this channel is going to be? But hopefully, a little bit more casual, a little bit more in your home. Let's just talk about what's going on in the market kind of feel. So it's kind of what I'm wanting to do with this. Might show you a couple of houses here and there. Might show you a couple little hidden gems of Jacksonville. So we'll just kind of see what happens. Hopefully you guys are along for the ride, and hopefully it's just a good time for everyone. What I want to talk to you guys today is the younger generation buying in today's market. Now, after all of the conversations that I've had with my coworkers, colleagues, friends, everyone I went to college with, whoever it is, even just my clients that are of a little bit older than I am or in their 40s or wherever. I'm 23, got into real estate out of college, then I got married. If you're anything like me, your mind is always future oriented. I'm trying to think, how can I put back for my family? How can I provide for my wife? How can I provide for our future kids? What's the best way to invest what I have, whether it be my time, my effort, my energy, my money, anything like that? What is the best way to invest and support them long term? So to start with, a lot of you guys might think buying isn't the right thing to do. I want to put my money into the stock market or into the 401k, or I see right now as the worst time to buy ever. Rates are going up, inventory is kind of weird, don't know what to do. First off, rates are going to go up, they're going to continue to go up. You might as well get in while they're low currently. If you look at historical rates, we're still at an overall low compared to where we have been in the past. So, might be the most advantageous time for another couple of years to get a mortgage taken out for your first time home. And as far as inventory and the prices and things like that go, just like you're thinking for interest rates, they're high and they're getting higher. Well, prices are high and they're only going to get higher. I would rather buy something now that's worth $200K rather than later on in the future when it's worth $500, $600, $700K. Inflation's going up. There's no two ways about it. That's just how it is right now. And like I said, I don't have a crystal ball. I hate being political. Don't know anything in the future. Not going to be the one to tell you, this is the perfect investment for you to take right now. This is the perfect home for you to buy right now, unless it checks every single one of your boxes. However, what I do know, and what every expert will tell you, prices are going to keep going up. Interest rates are going to keep going up. The best time to buy, honestly, is right now. And I hate saying that because it sounds so salesy. It sounds so, you've got to get in now. You've got to do this. You've got to do that. That's just the reality. And if you're not embracing that, you're not realizing it, you're not looking at the trends, you're not looking at the data, can't really put a pen to paper for you to make the decision for you. It's a decision you're going to have to make for yourself. And at the end of the day, if you're anything like me and you're future oriented, you're future minded, you're future focused, you're going to realize that owning a home is the biggest investment that you make, but it's the best long-term investment for you to make. Owning a home is pretty much one of the only investments you can have where you can touch it, feel it, see what you're doing to make the value appreciate, see what you're not doing to make the home's value depreciate. A lot of times people come in and they think, well, my first home needs to check every single one of these boxes. No. The reality is no, it doesn't. Every single home has the potential to be yours. Every home within reason, obviously. Obviously not every single home is going to be yours. But every single home that checks a majority of your boxes, your needs, you can put the wants in that home after you've purchased it. And what I mean by that is basically just pride of home ownership. Now, when you buy a car, do you take it, do you get the oil change, do you get gas put in it, do you keep up with the maintenance and things like that, or do you just ride it until the gas runs out and then go on to the next one? I would say probably 99% of us put gas in the car, put oil in the car, do the routine maintenance, do everything to upkeep that car. If you're doing the same thing for your home, it's going to appreciate in value. It's the only long-term investment where you are almost, because every home is different, every state is different, every neighborhood, every city, every suburb is different. But you are almost guaranteed something to appreciate when you purchase a home because of what you've done to it to make it better. And you might be sitting here thinking, well, I just started a new job, I'm in a new city, I've got no idea what anything is like over here. That's fine. Totally get it. 100%. If you're going to stay there for a little bit, be 2, 3, 4 years, something like that, highly recommend you look into and ask a realtor or someone who's in your area that knows the market. Ask them what the rental market looks like. If they're saying, well, oh, it's super high, you don't want to rent right now, cool. Opportunity to buy, opportunity to get renters in there after you leave and put that money to work instead of it just sitting. So what I mean by that is, and I'm kind of spoiled in this because my hometown of Destin, Florida, if you know anything about the Florida Panhandle, it's the best, arguably, the best rental market in the U.S. You've got Destin, Santa Rosa Beach, 30A, all of the places in 30A, Panama City Beach, Navarre, Pensacola, just a plethora, Fort Walton Beach even, a plethora of places that during the summer you can't go anywhere because there's so many people living and renting in these homes. A lot of these people, they're like you and me. They got there, they found a job, they wanted to live at the beach, they didn't work out after a couple of years, they kept the home, rented it out, and now they're making way more than their mortgage and pocketing the rest of it in rent profits. That's passive income that you can put back to put toward a new car, put toward a ring for your wife or fiance or girlfriend, whoever, put toward your kids' college savings, anything like that, anything that you really want to. You could live off of it if you have enough of these properties. Now, the next thing I want to kind of talk about is term, you probably have heard it, honestly, on Instagram, on Reels, on Facebook, on TikTok, whatever. These people, these self-proclaimed financial gurus that you've got to do it every single thing by their book and you'll be financially free by 30. Cool, awesome. That's not me. I'm a realtor. I'm here in Jacksonville. I'm here to help you. What you do with your money is up to you, but what I do know from personal experience, from seeing it in the market every day, and just from looking at the trends, overall, real estate is the number one best way to hedge against inflation. Now, when we say that, a lot of people throw that term around really loosely, and not a lot of us know what it means, and that's okay. Not everyone went to school, got the accounting or the finance degree, and probably wears the Columbia or Patagonia vest every single day to work now. That's okay. Breaking it down for you very, very simply, as the price of everything else goes up, real estate prices also go up. Say there's a home that you want to look at right now. It's $200,000. Perfect price point for a first-time home buyer right now. Put 3 to 5% down on that home right now in its current state. Later on, 6 years down the road, 7, 8, whatever, however long you're there for, comes time to sell. You've got a bigger family, you've got a new career, you've got a new job, whatever the case may be. You go to sell. Inflation, there have been very, very few years in American history, I don't think any, but also, again, not a finance guy. I need a hat that says that. There have been very, very few, if any, years in American history where there has been zero or negative inflation. I think every single year the dollar amount has lessened, which means if you can get in on a home for the price of $200,000 right now, 6 to 7 years down the road, you're more than likely going to be able to sell it for more than what you paid for overall. Now, that gives you a little bit more freedom to purchase your next home with, gives you the freedom to go pay off any of the loans that you may have taken out during that time and purchase the next home that you're going to be at in the next state you're at, or the next city, or the next town, whatever. Gives you a little bit more of an edge instead of just having your money sit in your bank account. Because at the end of the day, some people think, well, it's better to have money in the bank as a safety net. All for that. Absolutely. Do not take out your entire savings on buying a home or buying a car. Never, not Not saying do that at all. Be smart about it. But putting your money to work in this way is one of the most financially responsible things you can do for yourself, for your family, and for your future. Now, some of y'all might be sitting there and thinking, well, rates are going to go up. They're already up. Prices are going to go up. They're already up. I don't really want to buy right now. It might not be the best time. I can, but I just don't want to. Okay, cool. Completely get it. But think about this. If you're looking at rates the way they go currently, you can see historically we're still at a low overall. We might be on the come up right now, but I can almost guarantee you, if you're my generation, a little bit younger, a little bit older, your parents, when they bought their first home, probably had a higher mortgage rate than you would get even right now, even with them going up. And who's to say that they're not going to keep on going up until they hit that point again and then come back down. And by the time they come back down, you've been renting 5, 6, 7 years and you didn't play the market like we just talked about with inflation. You've been having your money sit in your account, which by all means have a safety net, but it's not been working for you as much. The stock market can do whatever it does day to day. Cool, good for it. You've got nothing to show for it. So at the end of the day, me personally, I don't know about you guys, but me personally, I would much rather get something at a relatively low rather than the overall high to mid. If it's relatively low and I can sell it for the high to mid, I'm still making a profit on it. That in itself puts you in a better position, your family in a better position, your future family in a better position, and overall, you're putting your time, effort, energy, money, everything into upkeeping and maintaining a home that is yours, and you have that pride to be able to come home every day and know this is where I live. I own this home. I can do what I want to with it. I am proud to live here. Instead of coming home to your one-bedroom apartment downtown thinking, well, I hope the washer and dryer works today, or wow, that was a really tough 5-block walk from the closest parking. I'd much rather come home to a place that I own, whether it be a home, a condo, a townhome, anything like that. I'd much rather come home to a place that I personally own, and I know what I'm paying for, and I know what I'm doing to increase the value every day. The hardest part of making any big decision in your life, whether it be buying a house, starting a new job, making the decision to get engaged, making a move in your career, whatever it may be, especially when you're in the younger stages of life, the reason that a lot of us don't want to do that is because we don't want to take the risk. Well, while you're young, it's way better to take the risk than it is when you're a little bit older. And a lot of us try to think, well, we want to make sure all of our investments are top notch so that later on in the future, all of my wife and all of my kids and all of my family, they're taken care of. If you don't start now, if you don't start like we talked about, lower end, relative low is a lot better than mid-range or high. It's just how it is. If you don't start now, who's to say it's going to get better later on? And it might. I mean, you might be watching this 5-10 years in the future. I'd be very surprised if anyone was still watching this 5 or 10 years in the future. But if you're watching this and it ended up where you were right, I was wrong, good for you, man. Good for you. But in the event I wasn't, I'd rather take that chance now because it's a little bit safer. It's actually a lot of it safer to make the bet on historical data trending upwards and trying to hit the relative low. So that's what I'm going to leave you guys with today. Not really sure how to do a YouTube outro, but hopefully you guys got something out of it. Hopefully you laughed a little bit. Hopefully I didn't get a little bit too data-driven, data-oriented, tried to break it down into something that everyone can kind of understand. But in case I didn't, feel free to comment down below. Any questions that you might have, shoot me a text, shoot me an email. However you kind of want to get in touch with me, I'm happy to help no matter what market you're in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and hopefully we can keep on making more content like this. Talk to you guys soon.